Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation. And today, artifact time means accessories time. And today we have a fun one. The UltraPro card preserver, which if you speak Spanish, is kind of a fun name for something that is basically a protector for your cards, but UltraPro card preserver is the first of its kind. I saw this and I was like, is it the first of its kind? I think we had things like this before, but nevertheless, I am going to find out in live video, I guess. So, as you can see, the packaging is very fun. Like this up to 35 points, up to 35 point cards is kind of hidden there for some reason. Then Card Preserver 2 is kind of an elegant package, I will say. Then you have, it has 720 degrees of protection. And I have a story of not being very good with degrees in this channel. So there you go. Secure closure, resealable strip. So it's basically resealable sleeves. Like Dragon Shield has this. We're gonna see in a second, I guess. 2-in-1, soft front, rigid back. This is what's different about them. Archival safe for long-term storage. So I guess PVC free, acid free. Can't get enough. Scan for more info. And same thing here, right? So you have it in Spanish, in Francais, in Deutsch, sorry, I don't know. I can't speak German. And Italiano. And so someone once tried to teach me how to say Dutch properly, but Dutch is from the Netherlands. So this is Deutschland. So this is Deutsch. I don't know. Sorry. This is not a language channel. This is not Duolingo. The funniest thing in this packaging is the bottom. It says, "You're a curious one." We like that. Which is fun. Because, you know, it's like, I would like it that it says that and then you have like a trivia or something. I don't know. But it's a nice wink wink because no one normally checks that. And now I'm going to try to open this with a pair of gloves. There you go. And so, yeah, this is exactly, I can already feel why these are different from just resealable sleeves. So it's not as simple as that. It comes with 25. Yeah, 25, which the number is also a magic number. You can see it disappear. And there you, come on. There you, I can pull the one from the front, I guess, but I'm just an idiot sometimes, so it is what it is. There you go. So, first impressions. And I will need to turn one because I'm following the steps of the great master, the professor, so I need to do it. But it's a lot better than I was expecting. In that degree, in that sense, yes, it's the first of its kind. It's not just a resealable sleeve. It's a very sturdy sleeve. As it says, hard back, soft front. And you can really tell. Like it says like UltraPro here, right? And patent pending. So, okay, I guess. And this is the soft front. It's harder than a normal sleeve, I have to say. It's harder it's more like a outer sleeve, you know, like well, not a normal sleeve. It's not like an inner sleeve, you know what I mean? So it's harder. And then the back is actual, I don't know if you can hear that. Oops, sorry for the shaking. I don't know if you can hear that. That's actual plastic, baby. So not bad. And I guess this is where the glue is. So you peel it and you put it there. So before I destroy it, I guess I was going to do a test with a normal boring land, but now I have doubts. So I guess let's grab a land from March of the Machines. And let's see. So these are basically Magic the Gathering size, so Pokemon size, you know. Everything except Yugi. Yugi are way smaller. It has some wiggle room there. I was expecting it to be more of a comfy fit, but I guess this is okay. It does say up to 35 points, which makes me think that a slate card from that was like graded may fit there. Let me check. So likely this is not gonna fit, right? Because way too big, right? So this is not for that, because I know that someone's gonna be like, oh, can I fit the thing? No, it's not for this, right? So this is out of the question. Now, will it be for thicker cards that are being preserved? Maybe, but that feels stupid, right? I'm just gonna do it for the sake of testing, but it does feel stupid because it's like it's already protected. What else do you want, right? So, and it is what it is, right? It doesn't fit. So we save that one, and obviously any sort of thicker protection obviously is not gonna fit in there, right? So it is what it is. So I guess some sort of thicker cards, some sort of other smaller protections, I guess, but none of the normal protections fit in here. I wouldn't put it in a top loader either, because the whole point of this is you put it here, you seal it, and for sending cards in the mail, this is pretty cool. I mean, maybe too expensive to send cards, but if you're buying an expensive card, what less than this? Because this gives the card some backing, right? Like, I'm going to do some double sacrilege, but it's a land, so... Actually, I can't even do this with a land. Sorry, I am that person. So we're going to do it. I do it with an ad card, because I am that person. So we're going to do it with an ad. We put this thing here, right? Let's say that you use this for shipping, right? You will peel this, all right? You peel this up, and then you seal it. And there you go. Is almost, well, the card doesn't even, it's very well sealed. It doesn't even move that much vertically, as you can see. Like, even if I shake it a lot, just grabbing it by the corner, it doesn't move that much. So it's very good as protection. I'm liking it more and more as time passes. I bought it as a kind of let's see how it goes. And it's actually pretty cool. I'm liking it. Now, can it handle punishment? I hope, but let's see. So obviously it's plastic, right? So it gets some resistance out of it. It gives the card some backing. That's pretty good. I mean, if you send something in the mail and it bends this hard, I mean, get a different postal service. But you can even make the ends touch. Yep. And then, it is what it is. So after you do that, is the card going to be okay? Well, actually looks like it's okay. So let's see. Unpeeling it is okay. It's kind of easy to unpeel. Now let's see the damage. Not that much damage, I have to say. There is no, yes, the card is bent, but no lines, right? Like, I mean, let's be honest. If I do this to the card, as is, right? Like, the card is, see, without the protection, is a lot more bent. So that was not bad, actually. For something that is this thick, not bad. Not bad at all. So if you put this here, let's say that you have like a card that you like a lot. See, resealable, which is pretty cool. And you can use it multiple times. Does it fit in a deck box, for example? Well, let's try with a boulder, which is from the Ultimate Guard, but no, it doesn't, right? So it doesn't fit in a boulder, so it's not, you can't put like your cards in here. But that may be unfair because this is an UltraPro product. So the ideal thing will be, well, if it's an UltraPro product, it should be in an UltraPro product. So this is the normal UltraPro cheap deck boxes that are like $4 or $5, $3, depending on your luck, I guess. Does it fit? Not really, right? So it looks like it fits, but it doesn't. It gives in, right? As you can see, like, you can try, but it will not fit. And I know what you're thinking. Well, that's not the use of that product. Like, well, imagine that you have a commander, a card that you really want, that you want to include in a deck box or something. I'm just showing you. This thing has a very specific set of measurements. It doesn't fit in a deck box, it doesn't fit from UltraPro or from the boulders from Ultimate Guard, which is like one of the most common deck boxes that people have, right? So plus they are too tall too, so it wouldn't fit there. So if it's not, why is it important to see if it fits or not in a deck box? Because you need to carry this shit with you somehow, right? Like you can put this in some sort of box, but if it's not for you to, if you can put them in a deck box, how are you going to carry them? Now, the good thing is, do these fit in a page? Let's see if they fit in an UltraPro 9 pocket page. So let's pull out a binder, random one. You weren't expecting X-Men cards, were you? We not only do TCG, but basically, so there is an empty, there are some empty cards, some empty pages here at the end. So now, does this fit in the page binders? No. So as you can see, these things are way bigger than the normal cards. So they also don't fit in a binder, which makes it complicated to talk about, because you can be like, well, these are not, by the way, if you want me to talk about these cards, I can geek out about these cards for months. It's important to try to store them somewhere, right? Otherwise, what are we doing? I mean, you can have your cards all you want, but you know what they say? The difference between a hoarder and a hoarder / madman and a collector is how organized you have your stuff. So obviously, it doesn't fit in the UltraPro 4-compartment card box, which I guess we're going to review one of these days. But could it fit in the bigger one, the Stack and Save from Ultimate Guard? Well, it doesn't. It's the same principle, right? If they are too tall, too thick, too big, it's just a slab of metal, right? Like it's like the Dragon Slayer. It doesn't fit anywhere. So it becomes a problem because if you want to use, and I wanted to showcase that because it's a weird product that is, as you can see, is patent pending. And, I like the overall thing. It's like you collect, we protect. I was like, it's resealable slides, but not really. It actually is hard on the back, rigid back, soft front, right? So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. It didn't say the measurements anywhere in the box or the website where I bought this, right? So, and in case you're wondering, you're right. I don't know the measurements either. So let's get them. Let's measure it. So this is basically a 10 centimeters, or we're gonna put the freedom units on the screen because I looked around. I have nothing that measures in inches, which I'm sorry, but it's 8 centimeters by almost 7.5, as you can see. So it's 7.3, 7.4. I guess the measurements are on the website. I just couldn't. And this thing is almost 10, so it's 9.7, right? So it's a difficult size. It's not a common size at all. That's what she said, ha ha ha. But basically, like, it gets complicated to store these things anywhere because it doesn't fit anywhere. Like, even these things will fit in, not in deck boxes, sure, but they will fit in some of the bigger deck boxes. Like things like these, they actually fit here perfectly. See? So they are too big, which maybe is a problem. And it's kind of, to summarize this, it's kind of where my falling down with this thing is I like it. It comes with a good chunk of them. It comes with 25. You can store some good valuable cards with this, and it feels some of the better value per preservation value, I guess. Because yes, of course, if you have this obviously is like strong and like this doesn't bend. This is what you want for valuable cards and whatnot. You're like, oh, that loser has a ragavan. Let me be. But basically, And then yes, you have like the magnet things for like more expensive cards and whatnot, right? Because this is more expensive. And the collectors that have like grading systems nearby, they have the slabs, right? And these things are very hard too. But sometimes you just want like a compromise. You don't want to go full Super Saiyan. And this thing is very good. As you saw, it actually protects against this sort of bending. It doesn't leave any marks. Now, the problem is that it's too big. It doesn't fit in most things. It doesn't fit on pages, doesn't fit on binders, doesn't fit on boxes, doesn't fit on anything, really. Now, we need to do the professor's test. How hard this thing is. As you can see, it's not that hard to disassemble it, which is a shame. It's it's fun because it's like this is what is giving it all the back, so right. So it's not, it's nothing too crazy. It's a good chunk of plastic, and this is like a sleeve to a degree. Like as you can see, it's like a hard sleeve of plastic. See, like it's even the front. It's not that bad. Is that type of plastic? Cool. The one that you stretch and it becomes silver. Nice. See, like this shit's cool. So you do this, it becomes silver, right? It's like bulletproof. It's cool. So basically, see, hard to disassemble these, and if you try this with your bare hands, you have my respect, I guess, because this is just a very hard chunk of plastic. Hard, flexible. If you bend it 100%, which you can, it will keep the bend. So is that, you know what I mean? It's that type of plastic. We all know what we're talking about here. The problem is that as a sleeve, obviously this is not made for playing, so you can just pull them apart as much as you want, and you get this, right? Like, look at this. But as a thing to store some valuable cards and have them protected, this thing is very cool. I actually like it. I don't like the size though. I don't know if there are other sizes, but I will hope that there was a smaller one, like a slightly smaller one. I guess that this is for for board games too. Like there are board games that can use this, like Arkham Horror or something like that cards are slightly bigger, and therefore you can fit like slightly bigger cards. So maybe this is not specifically for TCGs, but the biggest, I will go on a limb and say like the biggest spenders for this type of things are TCG collectors. So there's all this room, and if you put a Yu-Gi-Oh card here, I can't tell you how much room there is here. Like if you're curious, I can do it. You can do it. You use it for Yu-Gi-Oh too, of course, because Magic has the same size as Pokemon and One Piece and all that. Yu-Gi is just smaller, but it works perfectly as well, right? So nothing too crazy. By the way, you can put any size to the front that you want. There is no canon way of doing this, but I don't know. Mixed feelings overall. Mixed feelings because I like the idea more than I was hoping. I was like, oh well, rest levels, whatever. But after putting a card in, which as you can see, I'm a coward, so I put an ad card. But after putting an ad card here, and sealing it, and bending it all the freaking way, and seeing that the card actually took the damage fairly okay, right? Because the plastic took a good chunk of the damage. I am kind of, I'm kind of cool with this. I like it. The problem is that it's too big. I don't know where to put this as a TCG collector. It doesn't fit any of my boxes, any of the, official products. I guess it fits like a shoebox or something. I can make my own storage for this, I guess. But it doesn't properly fit anything that we already established for TCG collecting. It doesn't fit collector, commander boxes or anything. And as you can see, it's for you to store your cards like this, sealed, and just have them. It's not for a stress test at all because, no pressure here at all. Like I didn't apply any pressure. So I'm gonna hope these things are sealed. I guess I can do a test with water if you want, but if you want, also I guess I can do a short or something. But yeah, this is the bad part. So mixed feelings. If I had to grade this like a prof style, I will go with I don't use the same grading system. So mine will be like a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10, I guess, because it's okay, but not really. Like, it's like a good idea. It says patent pending, so I guess we still have room for improvement here, UltraPro. Like, the price is, not that bad, because it's $5 for a 25 pack. It's not that bad. It's not super crazy, but it's not that bad because it's harder than some sleeves, and some sleeves are like $4. And what the UltraPro uses for this, and I guess it's not for TCG brothers, is just for TCs, so it's just for trading cards. They use basket cards, baseball cards. So I guess those are wider. So for that size, I guess it's perfect. And I guess those collectors, I don't have anything that fits this. I tried, trust me. I guess for those collectors, they do have stuff that fits this, and this is kind of great. For, Yugi, Pokemon, Magic, One Piece, Dragon Ball, Flesh and Blood, it works. There's a lot of wiggle room, but it works. And $5 for 25 is not that bad. It's not crazy, but it's not that bad. And I guess if you can put them somewhere like this, cool. But they are not for stress tests. So my next step will be, actually, you know what? This video is already long enough. So I guess let's do the water test right away. And with that, we will close this. And now for a first on this channel, water works. So I guess this is the channel now, guys. So I'm going to use the same freaking card because I am that much of a coward. And I'm not going to even sacrifice a land because I like lands. As I said multiple times in this channel, I like lands. They have a place in Magic. So I'm going to use a card preserver. Plus this thing is black, so you can see damage easily. I'm going to seal this baby up like this. Sealed as much as possible. Like, I'm going to not leave any room here for... And now something crazy too, because I never used gloves with water in this channel before. So let's see. So let's say that you use this again. They don't say this thing is waterproof, right? So I'm like doing this for the sake of doing it. Well, it keeps floating. That's a good sign, I guess. I guess. So dip in this as much as possible. Forcing it. Again, if your cards are this long underwater, maybe you are the problem. But because, I understand that maybe someone poured some liquid onto them or something. Or like your backpack got wet because of rain or something. Like, I will expect this level of water, not that more than that. But as you can see, we already tortured this card enough, right? So let's see. Let me get a towel. You can tell I never did this because I didn't get a towel. So not very prepared. Actually, I'm going to leave it like this while I get a towel. And I'm back. So towel, let's see. Let's put this thing in here. All the water to the side. It's also a test of the playmat. This is why we have playmats, by the way. And let's see. So, by the way, this fun fact, I use gloves because my hands are ugly, as you know. But this is why cooking with gloves is not recommended. You don't know if you have your hands wet or dirty or whatever. So it's actually worse than cooking with your bare hands and washing them from time to time. So as you can see, some water entered the sleeve. We're going to check that right here, right now. Like a couple of drunken fighters. Yep, there is some water in there. And yeah, the card is very wet. So to be fair, I did sacrifice it a lot underwater, but yeah, why I had... But the fun thing is, as you can see, not that much in the lower part, a lot in the upper part, which proves my theory, right? So I was wondering about two things. If this thing opens so easily, then this seal can be that good, but it's actually kind of good because it's not wet on the borders. So that's not bad. But the seal is good, but it's not that good because the glue is only here. Right, so what happens is this, exactly this. I don't know if you can, like, let me get some focus. This is what happens. See, like, even if this thing is sealed as much as I could, like I squeezed it as much as I could, this thing will always happen because this thing, freaking card, get out of the frame. So see, because this thing is sealed here, but not here. So water will go in here and through this area. And this area will have some applied pressure, so it's more difficult for water to go under, but yeah. So I guess it offers better protection than a normal sleeve, right? I still don't think it beats double sleeving, but you know, now obviously if you put some sleeve cards in here, see, it will still, like, look at this. I think this is the most destructive video we've done so far. So now for the last test, I guess, because I actually didn't test this, is, okay, this thing is bigger and you're a TCG collector, trading card game collector. Yeah. So will this thing fit a double sleeve card? So, and with that final test, we will see. So this is actually a double sleeve, because I'm a sick person, plastic commander. Remember the plastic commanders? These things are thicker. So does it fit here? The answer is yes. I don't even need to test it. It fits because this thing is bigger. So if you really want to triple, duple, quadruple sleeve your card, this thing is perfect. You put a sleeve in there, you put an inner, and this thing is thicker than your normal card, so that's good. But in case you doubt me, here is my double sleeve Warhammer 40k deck. So all these things are double sleeve. It obviously fits in here perfectly like a glove. So it fits in here. See, and if you really, really want triple protection, I guess that if you do this and then you put the card in water, which I'm not going to do with my commander card, then yes, this thing will not get wet by any means. But if you just put naked cards in there, yeah, not enough. So conclusion, $5 for 25 is not bad. I mean, I understand they are thicker than normal sleeves, so normally you will get like $5-6 for 100, depend, like inner sleeves, or like if you buy Dragon Shield, it's like $8-10 for 100, right? Like not inner, but outers. Or like normal sleeve, because then you have the outer sleeves. So it's not bad. It's not a bad pricing. I like the quality, but at the same time, the quality is not there yet. It feels like it's not quite where I need them to be. Like, it's hard enough for me to get excited about. It's like, oh, well, there is some degree of protection, but it's not cheap enough for me to like buy a box of these and then use them to ship cards and have them more or less protected. Also, it seals the cards, which is good because of dust, I guess, but it doesn't really seal the cards because the glue is not here. So water will go in. Again, yes, I completely massacred the card underwater, so it's not maybe, it was like an exaggerated example, but water will go in here because of what we discussed. So, I stick to my guns. I think it's like a 6 out of 10. Good. The price point is okay. I don't think it's too expensive or too cheap. I think it's okay. Like $5 for 25 of these is okay. I think the idea is okay. The idea is neat to a degree. Actually, I'm excited about it. But I would like to ask 2 improvements from UltraPro. Improvement number 1, maybe see if we could glue the thing on here on top, because I guess that people will be like, oh, but if you glue it all the way, which is more expensive for them, it's harder to like make them resealable. It's like, well, I don't care. I bought the 25 for $5. Like, if it ruins, like, just use another one, I guess. This is not like permanent. It's not like these things that are like harder and reusable. It is what it is, right? So maybe put some glue in here or something so that, this is more stable. And number 2 is work a little bit on the seams in here. Like, I know this is not like you don't play with this, so this is not like for this to have like hard use, but it does feel like if I shuffle them a little bit, or like just shuffle them in the sense that like if I put them in a box or something and, it feels like they are going to wear and separate, because they do separate very easily. I'm not applying any pressure. So it feels counterintuitive for something that is a preserver, that it doesn't preserve itself because it opens too easily. So those will be my 2 points for improvement. Other than that, it seems like a cool idea. Seems like a good thing. So, but you will let me know in the comments. Let me know if you try this. Let me know what you thought about this review. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool things that the cool kids do. And I will see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.